Okay, so I'm starting to make a little bit of a dent in my video list for today, which is just out the door at this point. I can't finish all these videos today, but one of the videos I wanted to make was this one about how the Sussexes, Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, and Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, has kept such a dignified silence throughout this entire ordeal that the royal family is going through at the moment. I mean, it almost seems like the royal family is imploding literally before our eyes. And the only ones who are basically unscathed, except insofar as the desperate attempts of members of the British press and the henchman, henchwoman posse of clowns who basically are trying to make this about Meghan and Harry. But Meghan and Harry obviously have nothing at all to do with any of the mess that is going on in England right now. And I mean, nobody can accuse Meghan and Harry, at least not as of this moment that I'm speaking, of being a public relations disaster, the way King Charles has allegedly dubbed his son, William, heir to the throne, as a public relations disaster. No one can accuse Harry and Meghan of being that at this time. On the contrary, they have been public relations juggernauts. I mean, starting with that trip to Whistler, Canada, where they were just so amazing. I mean, how could anybody in their right mind accuse Harry and Meghan of being a public relations anything other than success, juggernauts, inspiration? I mean, it was just amazing. And this trip was really catalytic in terms of what happened at Kensington Palace once William saw the success, the public relations success of Harry and Meghan in Canada. That's where things started to go wacko in Kensington Palace. They started to issue all of these very mysterious PR bulletins meant to drum up attention and get the press away from Harry and Meghan. And it just backfired. People really became worried about where is Kate, because they were telling us Kate was here, Kate was there, Kate was doing this, Kate was doing that. But no one had seen Kate in months. And this was highly unusual for this public figure, someone who courts the applause and the attention and the good press. I mean, so everyone was like, well, if she's doing all these things, where is she? And so we all fell into a collective panic, for which they would like us to be called bad people for asking, well, where is Kate if she's doing all of these things and you telling us that she's so sick and then she's well? And because they were trying to drum up attention and mystique and mystery to get the attention away from Harry and Meghan. And they went overboard, they went too far, and they created a public relations disaster. Meanwhile, Harry and Meghan have maintained a dignified silence. The only thing they have had to say about any of this is to wish Kate well and to wish her a speedy recovery and to wish her peace in that recovery. That is all. I mean, recollections can certainly vary, and I'm sure if you are a hater, you will point out so many times that Harry and Meghan during this ordeal have had anything at all to say about any of this. But that would be untrue, because you know and I know that Harry and Meghan have maintained a dignified silence throughout this entire public relations fiasco that Kensington Palace and Buckingham Palace has been experiencing for the past several months. I mean, since Kate's announcement that she has cancer, things have admittedly calmed down considerably, as was the intention when that video was issued. But now I think we are at the tip of things blowing up again as more and more press and media start to follow the story that that cancer video may have been manipulated pursuant to many different reports from AI experts, including one who are contractors for the US Pentagon, and the fact that Getty Images also has issued an editor's note to say that this video has been edited. So it's a situation where Harry and Meghan are just absolutely you know doing everything right for the moment. They're keeping out of it. They have maintained a dignified silence. Of course, recollections could vary, as I said, and you may agree to disagree that they have maintained a dignified silence throughout this fiasco in England. But you know, reasonable people can disagree. But I think that Harry and Meghan's the way they have handled themselves in the last several months is applaudable. It's applaudable. It's admirable. It's perfect. I hope they keep it up and keep doing their life, living. Don't, cower. Just live, time to live, not too much, but, go on about their lives. Go to dinner and, whatever, go for a jog, for a hike, whatever they do. Don't be sort of like in the house right now, but don't have anything to say about any of this. Let those people in England and Kensington Palace and Windsor and Sandringham and Buckingham Palace and Clarence House, let them sort themselves out. Because when it was your turn, Harry and Meghan, to go through a meteor storm, they stood by in their dignified silence. But now they want you guys to come and insert yourselves in the middle of the cow manure so that everybody can pelt you with even more cow manure. And it's all your problem when it has absolutely nothing to do with you. Continue to maintain a dignified silence. Ignore people like Dan Wooten, obviously, calling for you to come after the Sussex squad and call off the Sussex squad and all kinds of craziness. I mean, they really thought that they would harass you in perfect peace. They would harass you in peace, and there would be nobody to stop them, because that's how it's always been traditionally. And they didn't understand there was something called social media, where a grassroots movement could rise up against their hell and meet them with their own force, right? So an equal force, not a hell force, but an equal force. And can you imagine? It's just ordinary people coming up against billion-dollar established media, and they're crying, "Oh, Harry and Meghan, call up the Sussex squad." Now, Harry and Meghan, you continue to maintain a dignified silence in this experience, and let whatever to be will be. You continue to live your life, work on your projects, and let them clean up their own mess. That's what I would do if I were in your place, that's for sure. See you in the next one. Take care. Bye.